and for discussions. Hi guys, so my videos just cut me in two. I've just noticed I've been going on over half an hour, so this is a continuation of why paganism should not be put in a book. Okay, essentially why it should continue as it is, because even though it's hard, it's very difficult to continue paganism in this oratory form. It's getting easier with the progression of technology. I'm talking to you now, talking about paganism, and hopefully starting to open your mind and cause discussion. Doesn't matter whether you think I'm right or wrong. Say it doesn't matter, but I'm causing discussion, and I'm not even talking about the pagan myths, the pagan stories. I'm talking about just the future paganism and where it should go. My opinion is that of an individual. I may be wrong. Maybe the best way is to go in with a Bible. But none of us who are experienced, none of us who are very much with the faith, believe it is the way to go. It will be done possibly with good intentions. The people who creating this pagan Bible, if they do go through with it, will do it because it will cause a lot of people to become pagan very quickly. You'll get a very fast conversion rate of people coming into paganism, but then it will plateau and it will stop, and then it might die out, and people go, nah, I'm going to be Christian. Why should I be a religion that's different to the majority of my country, or whatever religion it might be that they go back to? Okay, and I don't want to see my faith die out, but I certainly don't want to see it bastardized and corrupted and changed like a book would do. We've seen the damage that the Bible has done over times. We've seen the damage that the Quran has done in modern day, and things like this, and it's not good. I believe that when the Bible was first written, that they had the best intentions. That, when Jesus was around and stuff, I know most of the Bible was written 200 years after his death, if I remember correctly, but they were counting stories that had been told orally, so there may have been some differences, there may have been some gossip, as I say, some fake knowledge put in there, but it was people's interpretations, but let's say it was 100% correct about what happened. At that time, they were doing it to preserve the knowledge of Jesus Christ and God and the angels and so on and so forth. But then over time, about 500 years later, this is where we start to see the violence occurring. People using the book to fuel violence. We're seeing it partly within Islam today with terrorism. People are using the Quran, a very much small minority, but it doesn't matter. People are using the Quran to kill the heathen, people who aren't Islamist, and it's a shame. It's a shame, and I blame the books. And I don't want that for paganism. I really don't want it for paganism. I cry inside at the idea that that might be the future for paganism. Even though, as I say, oration is harder, it doesn't matter that it's harder. It's the right thing to do. Sometimes the right path is the hardest path to take, and it will be slower and there'll be less people who will convert to paganism because they've got to find the videos like this and listen to them and believe in them, believe in people like myself, believe the words that we say. As I say, I'm not preaching to you, I'm trying to discuss with you the topics, but you still have to have some level of belief in what I'm saying that is true. And I just hope that we win, if you know what I mean. That the people who are trying to teach paganism in the old way win, and that there is no pagan Bible. It doesn't come out, doesn't get published. The publishers, even if they write it, hopefully they never write it. But if they do write it, it doesn't become published because publishers just think, nah, it's a load of rubbish. I would rather that because even though there'd be less pagans here by the time I die, I think in the future this is the best way to go, because at least the religion remains pure, it remains honest to itself, and I believe there will be a conversion over time anyway, and we only need just, a steady amount coming back to us for our numbers to grow again. That's all I really have to say on it. I hope you really, guys, you listened to my words, and I didn't go on for too long. I know I've repeated a few points again and again and again. I hammer home certain points. I do it because I believe those points are important, but I also do it because I have amnesia, so I forget what I say. And 38 minutes is a long time to talk with, and remember everything that you've said. So I do apologise, guys, if I've sort of gone the windbag route and possibly bored you. I don't know, but I hope at least the value of what I'm trying to tell you is there, and you listen and you hear it, and you spread the word in your own little way. Remember, it's all about discussion and interpretation of you as an individual. Don't take my word for it. Think about what I'm saying and see. Eventually, hopefully, if you think about it, you'll see what I'm trying to say is right. Because many of us do believe it's right. Okay, I'll see you now. Bye-bye.